There was certainly a lot going on. I remember at Whitley Bay used to have annual illuminations, and the lights were strung up all along the seafront. There was all sorts of things with lights on, windmills going around, like Blackpool but on a smaller scale. That's long since disappeared. There was I can't remember when it was during the year, but there was a week called Scots Week, when hordes and hordes of people used to come down from Scotland and stay for a week in Whitley Bay. I don't know why it happened, because you know they've got just as nice places up in Scotland. They've got Dunbar, which isn't far from Edinburgh, and that's a nice coastline there and swimming pools. But they used to come down. As I say, it was known as Scots Week. And Whitley Bay used to put special events on for them. The Empress Ballroom used to have special dances. And in the 1960s, 1970s even, used to have a thing called the Folk Moot, which was an international event, and folk dancers used to come from all over the world and put on an event in the Panama Gardens. You know, the gentleman from the local history department told you about the Panama Gardens yesterday. Sorry, Wednesday. And you used to get people from Norway, Africa, all over the place in their traditional costumes, doing all these dances, and that was quite well worth seeing. Other things? No, I think I'm running dry now. Oh, that you know, the Panama Cafe. It was described as being built by this gentleman called Fry. Well, he was a brother of my great-great-grandfather. As he said, he actually worked on the building of the Panama Canal. He was a diver, and he set up this cafe on Whitley Bay seafront called the Panama Cafe, which was made partly of the superstructure of a boat. But he was quite a character. There's quite a lot about him. Am I going away from the topic here?
No, carry on.
Well, it's not a typical day on the beach, but he was a great tall man apparently, and he used to dress in sailor's uniform, and he used to go to Monkseaton Station, and where all the trippers would come down from Newcastle, of course, and be carrying a flag, and you'd say, "Follow me down for the time of your life," and they'd all trip along behind him, and he'd take the Panama Cafe and sell them drinks and food. Apparently he used to have a monkey as well that would stay on the roof of the cafe and pinch people's hats as they walked past. So he was quite a character. Stephen Nut Fry, they called him. I also remember at times, particular times in the summer, you'd get shoals and shoals of sand eels, which are tiny little fish, but that long, very slim. And you'd be in the water up to your waist, and you'd be surrounded by these shoals of sand eels swimming around. And the mackerel fish would come along, and you'd see them leaping out of the water and eating all these sand eels. Oh, and that's another recollection I've got. With my older cousins, we used to take the rowing boats out, and they used to fish for flatfish. Can't remember the proper name now. Anyway, we used to call them flatties. And the way they would do this they'd have a conical thing, like a hollow conical viewing, well, it's a cone anyway, open at one end, so you'd put your face in there, and a sheet of glass on the bottom, and you'd hang over the side of the boat, and you'd press this thing into the water, and the water would become as clear as glass there, and you could see right down the bottom. And then they had this great long pole, about 10 foot long, with a barbed spear on the end, and you'd see the flatfish, and you'd go like that, pull the pole up, and there's a flatfish flapping around on the end of the pole, and they caught lots of flatfish that way. Another type of fishing they did was for mackerel, and that involved, you didn't stick a worm on a hook for that. As I said earlier, the mackerels used to go for these silvery sand eels. So they had a bit of a cheat really. They'd have a fishing line with a shiny piece of metal on the end that when it was pulled through the water would spin round. And I guess to a short-sighted mackerel, or to any mackerel, it would look like a sand eel. And so somebody, usually me, would sit at the back of the boat with this line over the side, and one of my strong cousins would row like Billy-O as fast as he could through the water, And at the right time of the year, you just pull the mackerels would just go for this lure, and they'd be hooked. You just pull them out at the boat. And I remember sitting there at times surrounded by these flapping mackerel in the boat. Other times